that make it exclusive. This for members only, you're probably not included. First watch finest, I only hang with shooters. If I pop out with this cannon, then we gon' make a movie. Yeah. I come through a gang on them and bang on them. Hanging out the window and put that flame on them. Anybody get these bullets ain't got names on them. Would you like to subscribe, then hit the play button? Yeah.
Yo. Where's? Hey, we are back, baby. It is First Watch Finest. Shout out my subscribers. Everybody rocking with they boy. Do me a favor, though. It's your first time stepping in my crib, though. Respectfully. When you step in somebody's crib, you usually ring the doorbell. That's that notification bell at the bottom. Let me know you in this thing, you heard me? Because over here we don't Jersey, but we woke up to some kind of crazy stuff going on this morning, man. And I don't know how it's going to affect the culture. Now, how we doing this morning? Yo, Twitter Spaces has been disabled. What? Hold up. They've been disabled? Why? What's going on? What does it mean? Let's get into it. Well, why is Elon Musk, here was some journalists that he wasn't seeing eye to eye with. Some journalists. Don't know which ones specifically, just some journalists that Elon Musk wasn't seeing eye to eye with. If y'all don't know, Elon Musk has took over Twitter. He bought it, and since he bought it, there's been a little bit of controversy here and there. He's selling blue checks for like $8 a month, same amount as the app. Dudes out here paying for blue checks won't pay for the app? Jesus. But anyways, he's selling blue checks, and he's made a few little minor changes to colors and stuff on Twitter. And just this morning, we wake up and Twitter Spaces have been disabled. And apparently, it's some journalists that he hadn't seen eye to eye with that apparently threw a space, and he was the topic of the discussion in the space. And he didn't like that. So what he do? Disables Twitter Spaces. So I guess the freedom of speech whole little controversy he was pushing wasn't as free as we thought it was going to be, was it? Because he don't want nobody talking. That's control, right? That means he want to control some things. If you don't like people talking about you, you disable a whole part of an app, you want control, my brother. Anyways, so this morning we wake up and the Twitter Spaces are not there. So, I see a few people in the uproar. Where my Twitter space, my space tripping. It ain't tripping. It just ain't there. It's gone. And what does this mean? What does it mean for battle rap? Well, for battle rap, it kind of means, we had a lot of people that were making names off of spaces. We got a lot of battles off of spaces. We got people that started their own space, got their own little thing going on. E Hart had the wake and bake. Hopefully she got her caffeine going. Hennessy TV had her space. Cola was cracking with his spaces. Verb had his spaces. You know what I'm saying? It was always spaces. We had our battles going on. I think it was a battle lined up for like today or tomorrow. A whole card. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of stuff that we were getting out the spaces that, everybody else doing their own thing of. People had built brands off the spaces. They literally built a brand and, got a following and started, learning how to make some money out of it. You know what I'm saying? So the spaces being gone can hurt some people, but, if they were smart, well, I'm not saying if they were smart, if they were probably thinking right at the time, they would already have started working on getting them like a caffeine, a Twitch, or something that's like a streaming platform in case something happened with Twitter Spaces. Because the Twitter Spaces don't pay you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get money from the Twitter Spaces. So maybe, unless you like getting donations stuff, Cash App stuff. But I'm saying, as far as like streaming, you can connect your spaces to your caffeines and your Twitters. And that's how you get paid off of them. Into your Twitches. And that's how you get paid off of them, into your YouTubes. You know what I'm saying? So that's how people was getting paid off their spaces. and making the money and building their brands, which was working for people, you know what I'm saying? And all this technical politics, don't talk about me stuff is the reason they not here. Yeah, Elon Musk, man, boy, oh boy, all that money you got and you over here disabling Twitter spaces, what is you worried about? You worried about somebody talking about you? They talk about you all day. You Elon Musk, fool. Anyway, so that's the reason. That's one of the reasons. That's the main reason we don't got it, because some journalists and him hadn't see eye to eye, and they end up making a space talking about him. So now we're not going to be waking up to the wake and bakes. You know, E-Heart Spaces, which was every morning, consistently every morning. E-Heart had a wake and bake space, 100 or more people in there chilling, waking up, talking about daily topics. You know what I'm saying? Averb starting it up. Averb since Sue Surf, you know, when he was around with the space, you know, Sue Surf used to bring the numbers into the spaces. We used to get numbers. Sue Surf pop up, there's 1,000 people in there all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Like, it go from 100 to 1,000 when he pop up, like stuff like that. Yeah, 2,000 sometimes. You'd be like, damn, how the hell, you know what I mean? That's the kind of stuff that Twitter Spaces did. And Averb kind of took over that, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't bringing in that amount of numbers, but he was bringing in his own amount of numbers, doing his thing recently and getting more and more. He was getting Hitman Holla. They were just in there yesterday. Hitman Holla was in there having a face-off with Easy, the block captain, setting up battles between people, you know what I'm saying, in the spaces. And there was a lot of stuff going on in spaces yesterday. Swamp hopped on the spaces yesterday, and you know what he was doing? Going crazy on Averb, going crazy on Easy, the block captain, talking crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure y'all gonna see them spaces. I didn't record them. I ain't been recording space lately. If y'all ain't paid attention, I ain't been recording them lately, right? Because I ain't letting that be the only reason I got content. That's the reason I ain't been recording it lately. I ain't letting that the only reason I can get y'all content. That's not, I can talk to y'all all day. I can blog y'all my opinion all day long. That's what I started off doing before the spaces went up, if people don't remember. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's exactly what I was doing. So it's crazy that last month, November, I decided to slow down on spaces and start doing more blogs, and then this happens. So look what happened right now for me personally. I was kind of thinking ahead of the game, but I wasn't thinking Twitter spaces was going to end. I'm just like, man, let me go ahead and not build my whole brand off the spaces because they was going up. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm back doing my blog thing more than the spaces, and it's like they shut the spaces down. So for me, it's kind of, you know, perfect timing if they were going to do it, because I was already doing my thing, and it didn't hit me out of nowhere. Like, oh shoot, that's how I'm gonna get this. And you know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna let that slow me down. So most content creators are not gonna let us slow them down. If they really, you know, are here and can understand what the program is and how to build your brand. Anyway, you're not gonna want to build your brand off all spaces anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people got YouTubes with just all spaces. Some people don't even do nothing but drop spaces on certain YouTube. They made a YouTube just for spaces, you know what I'm saying? So now they're gonna have to go live, IG lives and stuff like that, and add to that to make it keep going. But you know what I mean? They better get up here and talk. They better talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Or figure it out, because some people don't know how to talk. They can't jump in front of the camera and holler at y'all and chop it up like this. They don't know how to do that. They ain't got the game. They don't got the lyrics. They don't got the bars. They don't got the mouthpiece. You know what I'm talking about? They don't got them kind of words they can put together and put them back together and then flip them apart. They don't got that. It's different. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have it. It's already here, B. But anyways, Twitter Spaces will hurt a couple people in a little bit of a way, the slightest way. I don't think it'll kill them. I don't think they'll lose nothing unless they had nothing but. Unless you had nothing but the Twitter Space, then you're probably gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? But besides that, I feel like some people already was working on expanding their brand, and most of them had other sources of social media they were streaming on. So they'll just have to continue on there and build it that way, which is not nothing wrong with that, man. Handle your business. You heard me? Hey, look. So now that we don't have that many Twitter spaces no more, man, probably gonna be that many crazy battles getting set up out of nowhere off the spaces. That's kind of crazy. We had Jay Black, who had the executive suite champion. He was dropping executive suites, and they'll get up there and talk about Cody's and certain cards and stuff like that. Like, Jay Black had just started that, you know what I'm saying? But he was also streaming through his caffeine. So You know, it's all good though, man. Some people like Hyperboy used to start up spaces and, you know what I'm saying, talking stuff, but he didn't do that all the time. He'd start up spaces and, you know, get some things going. So it's going to be kind of boring. Twitter might be a little more boring than it was. It's not really boring because it's always something going on Twitter, but the spaces, like you can hear it instead of just seeing the words tweeted. You know what I'm saying? So when you go on spaces in the morning, when you go on Twitter in the morning, you usually look up to see who in the spaces. You know what I'm saying? You want to see who in there because you never know who in there talking. It could be Sue Surf or it could be A-Verb with Hitman and it could be Jay Black talking with, and you know what I'm saying? You never know who in there. And when they in there, you know, of course you want to hear what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? So all that's going to be kind of missed for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in there for the last 2 months, not even recording those spaces like that. I just listen to Cola. I just listen to E Hart and them and 40, you know what I'm saying? I go in there, I listen to Dice. And the homegirl K. Kruger, they the most entertaining people on spaces to me. Dice and K. Kruger. If you don't know who Dice is, the battle rapper, he be on Gates of the Guard this weekend. You need to tap in with him. He's fire, one of the most fire hot coming battlers coming up. And K. Kruger is just a personality on Twitter and on the spaces, and she is hilarious. You get what I'm saying? And I used to wake up and whenever they was up there, I go pop in their spaces, just listen to them. It was entertaining to me to listen to some of them people. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to hurt me. But besides that, man, we can't do nothing about it. Maybe they bring it back. Maybe they don't. We going to figure it out. Nothing stopped the movement. You get what I'm saying? Come on, man. It's First Watch Finest. Bumpy Barz. Are we really talking about stopping the movement? Nah. You heard me? You know why? Because the space is just Jersey.
Boy Smack, man. Shout out to First Watch Finest. Y'all already know what we do. You know what I'm saying? We bring y'all them exclusive motherfucking content when it comes down to this battle shit.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know how we give it up, man.
I got smacked.